Hello, good morning, guys. Morning to everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are doing fabulous. I'm doing very well myself. Happy to be back on here. Today we have some great news to share with you all. So troop in, guys. Join in and let's have a chat. A Friday morning chat. Yeah, it's still we still have about 25 minutes before noon, so it's still morning. Welcome, guys, to this live video. Of course, don't forget to share the video, follow this page, like, comment, and everything else. And if you're watching on YouTube, you are welcome to the channel. Subscribe to the channel and like the video as well. Okay, guys, so I'm so happy to be back on here. So yesterday, we started this live video and I was muted, and I hope today you guys can hear me great, so that if there's somebody coming from the back to come and stab me, you guys will let me know and then I can run. Well, not to stab me, but if there's anything that's happening in the background and I don't see it, you guys can alert me. Yeah, because I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on the comments these days, because you never know what the viewers can see that you can't see. So thank you guys for yesterday. So yes, today we're talking about some news that broke this week, just a couple of days ago. Some really exciting news that is very welcome to the immigrant community here in the United States. So guys, of course, drop me your comments and let me know that you are watching, that you're here with me. Just drop me a comment. You can drop me the flag of your nation, where you're originally from, and let me see you. Okay, so let me share my screen right now and then let's get started. I think I need to zoom in so that you guys can see this. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I think I shared the wrong. Let me know. Not this. This isn't what I want to share with you guys. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up the right. Let me take this off. Oh my gosh. Nanapia with his comments. My ears are itching me. Nanapia, I'm ready to make them stop itching. So don't worry at all. We're here to chat about everything happening. Okay, so let me share the screen. For some reason, I was reading a different. Okay, this should be it. And then let me find it here. Not this one. Interesting. I think that I may have. Okay, so let me hold on, guys. Just 1 second. I think I made it go back. I was reading a couple of other articles, so I must have put that back up. So I'll just pull that up again in a second. Right here. Okay, this is it. This is it. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. And that's why I normally like to pull it up. Okay. Yes, this is it. I hope this is from the Bloomberg. Well, not really. But yeah, we'll still use this because we don't want to run late and delay all this. So yes, let me just share that. I found one of the articles I was looking for, the news article that broke a couple of days ago. Okay, not it's safe to report your boss. I'm not sure why. Okay, this is it. Okay, perfect. So let me open this up. I hope this is the recent. Yeah, October 12th. That's right on the money. Okay, that's it. Yay, okay, we got it. So news broke a couple of days ago. Guys, this is just fantastic, beautiful news. I'm so excited. So the Biden administration has directed the government immigration enforcers to no longer carry out raids at workplaces. Okay. So as you guys know, during President Trump's era, ICE enforcement, immigration and customs enforcement would, they'll just storm a workplace and then they'll start arresting immigrants who are undocumented and don't have authority to work. So, they would go on to, agricultural places, people who work in the agric sector, like farms, meat processing companies, hospitality industry. Those were the places that usually housed a lot of undocumented immigrants. So they would storm the place and then inspect whether people had work permits, and then they would arrest them and then start prosecuting them for deportation. So President Trump actually, that was what was happening during his era. So just a couple of days ago, the Secretary of Homeland, the Homeland Security Department Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, he announced that all mass worksite rates, immigration mass worksite rates, have to stop. So that is the latest memo. I'm so excited about it. So no longer, ICE no longer should be conducting, they shouldn't be storming workplaces, inspecting people's work permits and people who are undocumented and arresting them and prosecuting them for, deportation. So that is stopping now. That is stopping now. So that's all the news is about. He said that ICE should focus instead. So this is actually a change and a shift in perspective. Okay, so I should rather focus on employers who are problematic, because what the employers were doing was, some of the employers very much are aware that people don't have documents, but then they abuse and exploit them. So they know that you don't have documents, and so they'll pay you less than the minimum wage. So if minimum wage is, say, $13 an hour, they'll be paying you, let's say, $5 an hour if you're working in the United States. And then because you don't have the right documentation, you continue to work because you need a job and you need money. So now the shift in perspective is that, so Trump was not concerned about the employers who were abusing and exploiting the workers. He was concerned about the undocumented immigrants. But under President Biden's era, his focus has shifted from the more powerful, the focus has shifted from the more powerful in society being protected. That's the employers who are being protected, and they are protecting the vulnerable, the people who are the victims of labor exploitation. Okay, so now, guys, the new thing is that immigrants are being encouraged to come forward if you are being abused at your workplace. And some months ago, what was happening was that if you are undocumented and you are working, sometimes you've done overtime and you deserve to be paid. And so when the undocumented people are asked, okay, bring your addresses and then we'll send your checks, back pay checks to your addresses, they were refusing to provide addresses so that their checks could be sent to them, because they didn't want to be sleeping in their beds and then have ICE say hands up, and then then the American dreams are over. So they said they didn't want it because some of these people are paid under the table. Of course, they are given cash and whatever means that the employers used to pay them. So the employers were the ones benefiting from the fact that people were undocumented, and these of course are against U.S. labor laws. Okay, so undocumented immigrants are encouraged to come forward. If you are being exploited, you are rather going to benefit from it. Now you're going to be protected from deportation. You are going to be shielded from deportation. So so Alejandro Mayorkas has instructed ICE agents not to arrest or deport anyone for the sole basis of being in the United States without legal authorization. Okay, that's it. So ICE has shifted significantly their tactics, their roles, and their priorities. They want to focus the resources of the United States on rather the powerful people who are taking advantage of the less powerful people. So let's pull up the memo. We have the of course, you guys know I love to give you the real law so that you can see that, you can say that, I saw the law. I'm not just here to talk about the law, but to actually spill it and to show you the real text of the law, to show you that it's very safe if you are undocumented. And oh my gosh, I just saw an angry face emoji. Who's that angry at us? Who's that angry at us? Are you trying to show some love? Okay, where is this? Is it this? Let me see. I think it might be this. I'm looking. Okay, perfect. Yes, that's it. I have actually, this is the memo dated October 12th. So let me open it. It's been signed by Alejandro Mayorkas. So yes, let me open up what I was reading, and then let me share the pertinent parts with you guys. Drop me your comments and your emojis, and just let me know what's going on. Okay, yes, we read Nanapia's comments. My ears are itching me. Okay, thank you for joining, Nanapia. So happy to have you on here. Janet Davis says good news. It's amazing news, very wonderful news. Undocumented immigrants are protected from being exploited. And Anapia says, don't mind the person. I won't. Thank you so much for that. Okay. So yes, let's jump back to what we are going to be dissecting, the memo. So the memo is from Mayorkas. Our worksite enforcement efforts have a significant impact on the well-being of individuals and the fairness of the labor market. Our accomplishments in this area make clear that we can maximize the impact of our efforts by focusing on unscrupulous employers who exploit the vulnerability of undocumented workers. These employers engage in illegal acts ranging from the payment of what we discussed, substandard wages. So they pay undocumented immigrants substandard wages, and then they also impose unsafe working conditions because they know that, oh, you are undocumented, and so you can't even report me. If they are working on a farm and they are supposed to be wearing some sort of headgear that will protect them, or some gloves or whatever that will protect them from, let's say, machines, they do not invest in those things because they feel like, oh, these people are undocumented and they won't report us. Even if they get injured, nobody cares. But that's stopping henceforth. And then employers who also facilitate human trafficking and child exploitation. So sometimes they will facilitate, bring the undocumented, I'll give them jobs, but they will give them less than the minimum wage jobs. And child exploitation. People who are not supposed to be working will be made to work simply because they are undocumented. So yes, their culpability, that's the guilt of these employers, now compels the intense focus of our enforcement resources. So now the focus of the resources will be on these people, these employers who have the upper hand. In addition, unscrupulous employers harm each worker competing for a job. Exactly. So they actually impact the labor market, because by exploiting undocumented workers and paying them substandard wages, the unscrupulous employers create an unfair labor market. They also unfairly drive down their costs and disadvantage their business and competitors who abide by the law. So the point is that, let's say there are two restaurants that are working here in the US, okay? Let's say we have one, maybe a Ghanaian restaurant. They are doing exotic, Ghanaian dishes like jollof, wachi banku. Then we have another Ghanaian restaurant. So one Ghanaian restaurant is employing undocumented immigrants and paying them $5 an hour. The other Ghanaian restaurant is employing documented workers, or even undocumented workers, by paying them the fair labor, the fair wage. So they're paying them, let's say, $15 an hour. What's going to happen is that the Ghanaian restaurants, for example, that is going by the law, abiding by the law, they are going to have a high cost of business, but the people who are breaking the law have low overhead costs, and then they tend to make more profit. Again, what they do is they create an unfair labor market in terms of the, now the point is that employees feel like, oh, well, we can't bargain too much because there are jobs that will actually offer $5, and if I don't take it, I'm not going to get any other job because the rest of the people are willing to take $5. So I also have to drive down what I charge per hour so that I make myself competitive to be employed. I hope it makes sense. So, of course, if we are supposed to be paying them $15 an hour, well, now I can't really charge $15 an hour. I can't charge my worth as an immigrant, undocumented immigrant, because other people are actually accepting $6. So I also have to accept $6, and that's just not fair. That really just creates an unfair labor market and just makes everything very disorganized and problematic. So that's what they're trying to do, trying to make sure that the game is fair and everybody competitive. People who are abiding by the law are being rewarded for that. Okay, so let's go back here. We just have a couple more portions that have been highlighted. So right here, we can most effectively protect the American labor market, the conditions of the American worksite, and the dignity of the individual by focusing the worksite enforcement on employers, unscrupulous employers. So let's look at a couple of ways in which, how are they going to proceed moving forward? We'll look at two of the ways. Let me scroll down before opening it back up. Look at the two ways. The top two ways are our priority. So what they're going to be doing is, number one, they will reduce the demand for illegal employment by delivering more severe consequences to the employers and their agents, exploitative employers and their agents. Number two, they will increase the willingness of workers to report violations of the law. If your employer is exploiting you, you should be able to report and you'll be protected from deportation. And cooperate in employment and labor standards investigation. So they want workers to be able to cooperate with them so that they can conduct employment and labor standard investigations. Okay, so that's the latest policy memo on undocumented immigrants being exploited in the US for their services. So here is the immediate guidance. Oh my goodness, this is sweet music to our ears right here. So we will develop a department-wide approach to worksite enforcement based on our consolidation of plans and recommendations. Okay, so here it is. Cease mass worksite operations. So this has been issued. The deployment of mass worksite operations, sometimes resulting in the simultaneous arrest of hundreds of workers, was not focused on the most pernicious aspect of our country's unauthorized employment challenge. So the focus should be on exploitative employers, as we said. The mass worksite employment operations, the mass worksite rates, what was happening was that they were misallocating enforcement resources, and they were, while chilling and even serving as a tool of retaliation for worker corporation. Okay, so yeah, pretty much all I've just been saying. They just want to make sure that they do not misallocate resources. The more important thing is they want workers to cooperate in workplace standard investigations. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So pretty much in the past, what was happening was that if you try to cooperate with the law enforcement, if your boss is taking advantage of you or your employer is taking advantage of you, they would of course retaliate and revenge by dismissing you and reporting you to immigration that you don't even have papers. So that was their bargaining tool. That's all going to stop now. Yes, that's it. That is it. Okay, right here, the final thing. Let me see. Okay, yeah. They are requesting for prosecutorial discretion. Let's talk about that, and then that will bring us to the end of the video. So, request for prosecutorial discretion. I understand the Department of Labor has recently requested support in ongoing workplace standard investigations, including by asking whether to exercise prosecutorial discretion for workers who are victims of or witness to workplace exploitation. So these individuals, yes, so essentially there will be prosecutorial discretion that will be granted on a case-by-case basis, basically just to make sure that workers who, let's read it. In evaluating these requests, the legitimate enforcement interest of a federal government agency should be weighed against any derogatory information to determine whether a favorable exercise of discretion is merited. So workers were being prosecuted, undocumented workers were being prosecuted simply by being undocumented and working. And so now there's going to be a request for prosecutorial discretion. They will exercise their discretion in some of these cases, people who have been victims of workplace exploitation. They're pretty much just going to really protect them, make sure that these people are protected and shielded from being exploited. The fact that you're an undocumented immigrant should not mean that you should be exploited unduly. Let me share there was a story I wanted to share with you. I don't know if I actually, I may have let it go. Oh dear. Yes. I think I must have lost the page, so that's fine. But yeah, that's what these people were doing, just unduly prosecuting undocumented immigrants rather than try to protect them from unscrupulous people who wanted to take advantage of them. So, guys, that's the latest for this week in immigration. I really hope that it's not really, remember, this is real life, this is practical. So if you are in a workplace and you are being unduly exploited because you're undocumented and you're an immigrant, you need to make sure that you report it, or you can work with your attorney to make sure that you get the help that you deserve, and you can actually even get a green card through the process. Okay, that's the T visa, or whatever. So yeah, just make sure you speak with your attorney or reach out to whoever you need to reach out to make sure that you get protection. Okay, let me read some comments and then we will end here. We have Mariam Tahirian who's showing us some love emojis. Mariam, thank you so much for joining. Question: are these executive orders or the law? I asked because after 8 years, what will happen? So these are just policy memos. They should actually be effective within the next 80 days. I'm sorry, 60 days. So yes, these are executive orders, of course, being issued. So when there's a new government, policies may change. So this is what they're going to be using to guide them moving forward in their work. Okay. So let's take advantage of them now and not worry about the next 80 years, what's going to happen. Let's take advantage of it. So Mr. Francis Gavin is giving us the prayer emoji, high five emoji. Thank you so much. Mami Frempoma says, does it mean if you're on a tourist visa, you can work? No, it does not mean that. Yes, be careful about breaking the laws yourself. If you're on a tourist visa, the requirements of your visa clearly stipulates that you are not allowed to engage in unauthorized employment. If you need to work, you need to make sure you have a work authorization, or your visa actually entitles you to work. Tourist B1, B2 visa does not entitle you to work. And if you are found to be working while on tourist visa, your visa becomes immediately revocable and you will get into trouble next time you try to enter the United States, or next time you even try to renew your visa. So yes, be careful of that. So please, no, it doesn't mean you can work at all if you are on a B2, B1, B2 visa. Okay, guys, so here's my number, 8027800-564. Call me if you need my help representing clients around the U.S., immigrants around the United States, and handling all types of U.S. immigration law matters. Guys, let me leave you. I hope you guys have a very wonderful Friday and a great weekend. I'll see you guys next week. Please take care and be safe. Bye.